So this is Jessie, and Jessie's literally one of the most amazing people ever. She's literally, we were just talking, but like one of the most authentic, amazing, sweet.
Yeah, y'all missed it.
Yeah, y'all missed it because it wasn't working. But like actually probably like I think you're actually probably one of the sweetest people I know. But that's because you're authentic, so it's not like coming from this like weird place. There's a lot of sweet people, but do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like because you're actually so genuine and so honest, like it always feels like so pure, which is like such a gift, Jessie.
Thank you.
Such a gift.
That's so sweet.
And so so Jessie's kind of in like that kind of transition phase.
Yeah.
She's just graduating and
on
on Saturday. So I think this is just gonna be really cool because there's a lot you learned throughout these years.
Yeah.
And there's like it's just so cool to be in that place where you're like really having to trust God because you're like slowly stepping into something you don't understand.
Literally, I'm like, what is the rest of my life?
And I feel like you've been doing it so beautifully. And like I've just talked to you and you're like literally just talking to God through this and like trusting him and all the good things. So I feel like you just have such good encouragement to anybody who's like in that phase where you're like about to step into something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
Which is like a lot of us.
Yeah. Honestly, it's so many people in their 20s.
Yes.
Like, I feel like people are never not in a transition in their 20s, even 30s.
I honestly want, but that's the thing, you kind of want to be in that place.
Right, like, I feel like transition really, if things are always the same, like, I feel like you've never, unless that's what, like, God's calling you to.
Well, no, but that's what he said.
Like, don't.
The message, he was saying, like, transformation, we go to the same church.
Wait, yeah, I forgot about the transformation.
He said, and at church, the pastor said this, which I was like, this is so good. He was like, transformation means like you're transitioning.
Change when you're moving. And he was like,
he was like,
he explained it so well, and I had never thought of it like that. And I was like, whoa.
He was pretty much being like, you have to be moving to transform.
Yeah.
And you can't be like you're leaving something behind and you're heading to something new. That's what he literally said transformation is. And so it's like, if we're constantly trying to transform, like, right, into like the best version of ourselves, into Jesus, into all these things, you have to be moving, which is really cool. Which I'm sure, like, even sometimes I feel like staying still is a form of moving in a way. So I don't know if it's always.
Oh, wait, yeah.
But sometimes it is, because sometimes it's really hard. And
staying still is so hard.
And that's like your form of moving, right? But like you always have to be moving to grow. Yeah. So anyways.
That's so good.
Jessie's in ripe growth time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I like kind of this whole semester, or maybe it was like end of February, beginning of March. Everything in me was just like, oh yeah, like it's transit. Like, really? I could feel it from then. Yeah. Wow. Which is crazy. I think it was just maybe God getting me ready. Because before I felt I was like planning on staying here. And so I felt very like, just like rooted and like at rest and then like it kind of shifted and all changed.
Really?
And now it's
and
like
I know that because
gearing up for transition, but I don't fully know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. What does that look like to you? Like when you're like, okay, I know something's coming up and I want to prepare, but I don't know how to prepare, right? Like, or
literally, yeah. Wait, like, good question. I think literally every day I'm like, God, like, help. Like, God, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know, like, what you want me to do. Like, some days I feel like I've gotten, like, vision, and I'm like, okay, like, I'll go apply for a job. I'll go, like, email these people, apply for these jobs, like, do these little steps. And then other days I'm like, I don't feel like I have, like, a very clear vision for what's next. It's, like, very loose and, like, vague, but also I know it's gonna be good. But then I think about times in my past where I was kind of stepping into something new and very different, and I didn't like really know what it was gonna look like. It was just like uncharted territory, like so unfamiliar. And then like it was the most amazing thing ever. And I couldn't have like micromanaged it or like authored that at all. Like I think God was just like, I need to make you like maybe because I'm such a proactive person. Like I love to feel ready for things, have everything like in line, like be like, okay, these are my intentions, these are my goals, and like just like orient all my time and choices around that. So I'm like, maybe it's God just like trying to make me like be really still and almost like not see everything so that he can like pull me away. I don't know. I'm like, God help. Like I literally have no idea what's gonna be next.
And it's so cool like being excited for that. Because I think it's like the thing is like we get into these places where we don't know what's next and people like will just like dread it. We'll be like, oh, it's gonna be terrible. for no
Right.
good reason when it's probably gonna be insane. And like,
Yeah.
it's just good that because I feel like to visit. What?
No, keep going.
You're like something went bad. No, or what?
No, keep going. I'll
But
add it after.
it's just sweet because I feel like it's just good to like it's just faith. That's the whole thing. Like being excited. Like I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm
Yeah.
excited for it. Which is literally
It's
faith.
doesn't the Bible say it's like confidence?
Confidence in what you don't know.
Yeah, like confidence
Yeah.
is always like happy.
Honestly, that's kind of
confidence
how
isn't like dreadful.
I like my wedding ring broke. Remember that? Did he tell you that?
Yes.
So sad. But I've been feeling, and I feel like it's probably a little similar in a way. Like I've just been feeling excited in the past couple weeks about like, oh, what are you gonna do to fix this?
Because like
And
literally
instead of-
God provided that ring.
God provided the ring broke, so sad. But then I think like in the last couple days I've just been feeling like so excited to see what you're gonna do because you're gonna do something at some point. I don't know when. I guess I'll just be. I think that's the thing. Like there's a you just kind of have to wait or something.
Yeah.
But like okay, but you're gonna do something so cool instead of being like this is never gonna be fixed.
Right.
You know?
That's honestly I feel like that takes more faith. Like but faith in like the bad direction. Like to be so sure about like a negative outcome. Like that's you're putting your faith in that.
So true.
Like you're like more expecting that something bad is gonna happen than like
something
God
good.
providing and God like being who he says he is. And that's like also kind of faith, but it's like bad faith. You know, or it's like
it's true.
Or it's like faith not to your advantage. So it's like don't like exert all that energy like toward believing like something negative or dreadful. But what
were you saying though? Because you were laughing.
Oh, I realized like as you were talking, like every time in my life, like actually every time in my life before, like I feel so blind for like what's next. I'm like, wow, I don't know what's gonna happen. It always ends up being like insane.
Yeah.
Or you know, I'm like, oh, like I don't really know.
So true.
It's almost like
God likes that. He likes. Yeah.
He's like, I need to get rid of just all your expectations in general, and then it ends up being like the most life-changing thing.
It's so true. Well, it's so true.
So I'm expected.
That's kind of like your journey with Pepperdine, right? Because
Yeah.
Jessie, share a little bit about your Pepperdine story.
Pepperdine was always my dream school. Like it was like my biggest dream, like my craziest dream. And at home, like everybody knows what Pepperdine is at home. I'm from Indiana. And it was just like, why do you want to go there? Like it's in Malibu, it's so expensive. Like that's ridiculous. Like that's me saying like I want to marry somebody crazy. And it was just always like since I was young, it was my dream and it was just like, well, that's unrealistic. Like, well, it's so expensive. At the time, it was like 25% acceptance rate. I was like,
crazy.
How am I ever going to get in?
Just a small girl from...
Just a small town girl.
Just a small town girl.
Literally. And now it's been my reality the past 2.5 years. And so much has happened. It's been very full 2.5 years. Like, I got to go to DC. I got to go to Africa. I've done all these different opportunities.
I've got really tan at the beach.
Gotten really tan. Met Capra. Like... Yeah, it's just, and I never would have expected all that to happen. Like, younger me, like, if I, like, heard the audible voice of God as younger me, and it was be like, you are gonna go to Pepperdine, I would have been like, that's crazy. Like, it's, like, literally crazy. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, an equivalent right now, like, if someone told me something, like, just crazy, like, that's what it was like. And it literally happened. So, I'm just, like, I can't go forward without... like believing crazy things. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the track record's too good.
The track record's too good that it would literally take so much energy for me to believe the opposite. So I'm like, okay, God. Like,
what's next?
What's next?
So cool.
Yeah.
What do you feel like has been like, I think we talked about this a little before, but
for a great conversation.
Yeah. But what do you feel like, so you come to Pepperdine and there's like all these different people doing all different kind of stuff. What do you feel like, I don't know, has been something that you really wanted to like take into your next like adventure, right? Next time, like what's something from Pepperdine that you like learned and you want to keep, pursuing?
Oh, that's so good. I think when I got here, I was really blown away at like, I met just like very seamlessly, met so many people that like really love God and are doing like crazy things. like the DeWalt's, like people in like national security, like global justice, government, Hollywood, like very like big, like cool things, which like coming from Indiana, like the people involved in those fields, it's like, whoa. Like we just don't really know anyone like involved in those fields. And I was like, that's insane. But then like they're so like tight with God, and like they like ask him about like everything. Like I know like Danny has said like just like really seeking God for insight on
Yeah.
like and strategy on all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And I think that's like so cool. And that was definitely like my first semester here. I was just like so blown away by that. And like I feel like it just opened up this new like world with God where I was like, wow, like you're just you're in everything. You made all of this, like you have a plan for all of this, and like let's just do this together, I guess. So I definitely want to carry that in my future, not just like settle and like this is the way to do things. This is how people do things. Like this is the copy and paste, like the formula. But like really
Listening.
seek with God. There's so many people in history that had to like make brave risk and do things that people probably thought were crazy or like were just a big risk. But then like we wouldn't have like the light bulb or like we wouldn't have like cameras, you know? Like imagine someone like 500-600 years before a camera was invented saying like, guys, I could like
I can snapshot
I could
a moment.
snap a moment in time, and it's like that would be like
so true.
That would be so like
wild
sci-fi to people, and like, oh, that's not real, but like
that's
someone
so
had
true.
to do it,
and someone had to believe that they could do it.
Yeah, and so like I'm like, if we have access to
God,
like the creator
so
of all
good,
this.
Jessie. Like, why would we ever put anyone on what we can do? When it's because then it's like not really about us. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's like not like, oh, I'm so intelligent, I'm gonna figure this out.
Literally, yeah.
It's like I can just pay attention to the person who figured it all out. So cool. Keep going. No, keep going.
I learned yesterday that, you know, Olivia Dean, she's one of my favorite artists. She's incredible. On her Instagram, she has like this golden ring around, and it's like this new award. I don't know if it's Instagram. It's like some really big award that they're giving out to like maybe like 20 creatives or artists a year, and it's like for people that really like are pushing boundaries and like taking risk and being brave and being creative. And I'm like, that's so cool. Wow. And I'm like, wow, whatever I do in the future, I don't want to just be comfortable and like I honestly just want to do what sounds most scary and like brave and like even like vulnerability we were talking about. Like I think the world would be like void of so much meaningful artwork and like music, films, like all these things if people hadn't chosen to just like be really vulnerable and real.
So good.
So I definitely want to take all of that and with me and like not settle and just like stay curious and
so cool.
Try new things and
stay in transition.
Stay in transition. I honestly always need to like be trying new things. I think like that's a big.
Should we go horseback riding?
Yes.
I really want to try horseback riding.
Should we go Monday
Let's go Monday.
Let's
go Monday.
Sunset?
Let's do it, Jessie. We need to figure out how. But anyways.
Yeah, I always need to be trying new things. Do you know what like brain plasticity is?
No.
It's like when you learn something new or you're like doing a new skill, you're learning something new, your brain is actually like expanding. Like it wires like new pathways.
And that's why it's so refreshing.
It's so refreshing, and I'm like, I feel like I get to know God more because I'm like,
that's
my capacity is literally expanding to like know Him. So I'm like, my biggest thing is like, I honestly catch myself getting like feeling weird when I'm just doing the same things over and over.
Yeah.
Like I just always need to be like
doing
trying new things. Like the other day, I just went into the practice room. I've never had any piano lessons. I don't know any chords, and I was like, I'm just gonna teach myself
Jessie,
the beginning of Claire de Lune. I had like 2 free hours. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this. I literally didn't even learn the chords. I just was like memorizing what it
sounded
and it took me like a full 2 hours to learn like 30 seconds.
So cool.
But it was like so good for me to like make my brain
so cool. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. No, I like completely. It's funny because I feel like I've almost like. I can get caught up in like doing the same thing because I like to like feel good in my body or like feel like whatever and like I know how, and I think recently my ankle is hurting and yesterday I went on a swim.
Ooh,
I know.
In the ocean?
No, in the Rocco's pool. But it was totally like one of those things where you're saying where you're just like, whoa, this is so cool. And it like totally gave me adrenaline after in that same way that you were talking about. Like it was cool that you would bring up this like renewed thing because I felt so like renewed by just doing a different exercise, like doing something that I just don't do.
Isn't that so cool?
It's so cool. It's so cool.
It's so simple, but like I honestly think
it's so
everybody's
cool.
life would be so much better.
Oh my
if it was,
gosh.
like every day, like just try a new
Wait,
thing.
Jessie, we need to make a list of like new things and
New
then
things.
just do them.
I remember the first time I like
did that.
stood
You've
up
done
on
that.
on a surfboard and like
oh my gosh,
rode the wave
so
to the
cool.
shore, and I like you would like I was on like drugs after. I was like, that was so exhilarating. I literally was just riding like the whitewash, but like I was like, wow, like,
superhuman. It was funny. I was talking to Rocco
so
actually
cool.
like a couple days ago, and I was thinking about this, and this is like obviously like not necessarily like fully truth or whatever, but I was just like thinking about it, and I was thinking about how like people always make such a big emphasis on working hard, and they're like my like I feel like a lot of people will see somebody who's like in a really tough spot and like be like they're just not working hard enough. And I think I've just like been like paying attention, and I'm like I just don't think that's true. Like I think maybe sometimes, right? But I think a lot of times it's like that's not really fully true. And I was thinking about Scott's message and stuff, and like I was like I think it's actually, and it's probably more like a risk thing. I think that a lot of people like don't go for a risk and then they stay in the same spot because you can be working hard, but unless you're moving towards something different,
like
you're just in a hamster reel. And I think like I was thinking about all these people, and I'm like, and then it gives you so much empathy because you're like, and I get caught in that hamster reel, and like that hamster reel also is just like
predictable,
and it's like you just have empathy for that because you're like, it's not like people are over here like not doing anything. It's just that they're getting caught in something, and that's not even, and of course if you don't have Jesus, if you don't have God, if you don't have like hope, like why would you take like this,
why would you take a risk?
So it's like
who's gonna help you?
Why would you, exactly, who's gonna help you? Like why would you put yourself in that position? That's like kind of unwise. And then I was just thinking about like, because when you just look at people, like I think it gives you more empathy to think like, oh no, it's like that's more of what's going on than like nobody's working hard. But maybe that's also not true. I have no idea. But it was like an interesting way to think about it. Like a lot of us are just caught in doing the same thing and not, like he said, like moving from one place to the next.
Yeah, that's so good.
It might not be true, but it was one of those, you're just like thinking about it.
It is good to like very common narratives like in society to just like take a step back and be like, wait, is that what's actually happening? Is that what's actually happening? Yeah, it's so easy to just get like in the
because people are like, oh, they're not working hard enough. I'm like, is that really true?
Right.
Probably not.
I always struggled with the work smarter, not harder. I'm so bad at that. Like I'm always just like, I gotta work harder. And it's like you can actually.
I'm just not that good at. Rock was always talking about. He's always like, Happy, you're always reinventing the wheel. He says that to me like
that's
every day.
That's a great compliment.
Yeah, I don't know if he's.
Wait, reinventing the wheel, does that mean like what does that mean?
Rock is. It was like, what do you think, Pepper?
I think he thinks like, okay, like I'll have like a project to do, and I'll just go and start from A to Z and not like figure out like how normal people are doing it. So then by the time I'm done, it's like pretty like half as good as somebody else's because I didn't like do it the
normal way.
I didn't like think I
think she'll just like there's already like people already know how to do something.
She's like, but I'm gonna
Cameron's like figuring out as if it's like the first time ever.
Yeah,
like if no one's ever figured out how to do something.
But I love that.
She'll just like try to figure it out.
I kind of love that.
It's like people already know how to do that.
But you want to learn.
But Jessie, I think it's like kind of like what you were saying. It's like not. It's the opposite of think smarter, not harder. It's literally right. It's like
Well, maybe your brain plasticity is probably good.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
But you could probably save a little time.
Yeah, I probably could save some time. We're all learning. It's gonna, like someone like figuring out podcasts. I probably should
or like a creative cloud.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like someone could just teach me.
What do you think would be like? Well, also Jessie, wait, like where do you think like? I want to hear also about like your like how do you think? Okay, so because you've always known God because you've like grown up in that, right? A little bit.
I think like
and then what's been your experience into like I feel like you have such a sweet relationship with Jesus and like one that like I literally like look up to because it's just so genuine. And so I guess like how do you find yourself from like wherever you were as like a young kid to like where you are now?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of
answers. I'm kidding.
I have no answers.
I have no answers
for that. Move on. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dignify that question with an answer.
I don't have a lot of like really. I don't have a lot of memories of like me and God like before a certain age. I know when I was like 15 years old was like kind of a big turning point for
Really?
me. Yeah, I just like before I think it was like, oh, I'm like, because I grew up like same Christian school, same church, like same house, like same people, same everything. And it was like I was never like the really bad kid. Like I just didn't, because I was scared. Like it wasn't because I actually
Really?
felt like I shouldn't do those things. It's just because I was scared like getting in trouble.
Really?
Yeah. Or being like viewed as like you're like shame and stuff. It was like, oh, like
Oh.
you're so far from God, like if you do those things.
Really?
And so that's like why I didn't do those things. But like it was like, oh, I'm good because I'm just like not doing those things. Like I'm a good Christian. Like people would say I'm wise and like whatever.
Like, thank you.
And so I was like, wow, I'm like really good. But I was like just so fearful and like inside I was just like it was not pleasant. Like I was just very insecure, like very fearful, just like not being me. And also probably like mean to be like like my friends that I'm still friends with, they just be like, Jessie, you're so blunt. Like you're so like
You're like, was
there's
I blunt?
definitely points of like, okay, like I took it too far, like it was mean. But when I was 15, I went to Europe for the summer. And that's like really where I met God.
Really?
Yeah, I like
oh my gosh,
didn't-
we're in Europe.
Eight different countries.
Oh my gosh,
And
love it.
I didn't bring my phone. I wasn't going with anybody I knew. Like at that time, as at 15 years old, it was like the scariest thing I'd ever done. Which now I'm like, I'll do that tomorrow. Like,
No,
but
wow.
that's
it is
like
so scary
where
going
I
to another
really,
country.
yeah, and I just like didn't know anyone, didn't have my phone, and that's really where I met God. And yeah, it was really cool. I love writing. I wrote a whole essay on it. I
No
think it was my
way.
Common App essay. Yeah, because it was just like I just felt like I was really experiencing God. Like I was just encountering Him and experiencing Him, and
So cool.
all of a sudden it went from like, okay, I've heard these words all my life to like, this is like a reality I can like live in, and
Wow.
it was really cool. And I think maybe that's when I started like a intimate relationship with God, and like, yeah, since then it obviously like has not been perfect, but it's like, well, I can keep getting to know Him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm just in this relationship now. Like I can keep getting to know Him. And I think like His love for me, I think like how I think I first like really felt that summer. But I've had like really like definitely very meaningful moments that have like marked me since then where it's like He just really needed to tell me like He loves me. Like I really just need to know that. And I feel now that that's like a very like permanent, like immovable thing in me. Like
wow.
I don't think I could ever, nothing could ever happen, or I could ever be like convinced of like how much He loves me.
Wow.
And yeah, like it literally feels like a permanent thing to me, which is cool because it's like we can know God in a way that like permanently like shifts things. In us. I remember that summer it just felt like so many things were like like my DNA was changing, my like brain, like chemistry, like it felt like just like really tangible like changes, like psychologically and physically, I mean, which is so crazy, but it was just like God. And
so cool. It's like you're just like touching you.
Yeah. So it was really cool. But yeah, it's like I'm just like, wow, I can like God is so big and like mysterious and like but also so like He's the most relational person ever. So that's just like it's just so exciting. Like the rest of my life I can keep
having fun with Him.
Keep having fun. And also I think something cool is like I love the feeling of like being known, like
oh yeah,
people like really knowing you.
That's probably why you're vulnerable too.
Yeah, I'm like I need to be known.
Hey, like I want you to.
I'm like we
know
can't
me.
like be close, but you don't know. And I want to make people feel known. And it's so cool because God has allowed like I've had so many relationships where I feel so known, like in very deep ways. And it's like wow, it's like wow, I've been so blown away by that. But then I really feel like God like told me recently that He's like, but like no one will ever know you like as deeply as I know you, like even more than I know myself. And like that's just
crazy,
like so cool. Like He will like I can experience such intimacy with like people on earth. I'm so curious what it'll be like when I'm married, because like obviously that's a very close relationship, and like I feel like out of all relationships, like your spouse is someone that probably knows you the most.
for sure.
But I'm like, wow, it's like God will always know me more than anyone.
And actually be able to fill me more too, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, really fill me. Because I think that's one thing I've, like, learned with Rocco is, like, sometimes you find yourself being, like, really just trying to be filled with him, and you're like, oh. Like, you're amazing, but God's, like, the only thing that can really fill me.
Can't do it, Rocco.
Can't do it. Not enough. I'm kidding. You're perfect. But, so good, Jessie. So sweet.
Yeah.
And you, like, talk to God all the time, which is so cool.
I don't know who else like
to talk to. I don't know anyone else to talk to. I'm kidding.
I would be like, I feel like I would just need to be calling people all the time. Because I'd just be like, with my thoughts. It'd be like, okay, like, if I didn't have God, I'd be like always on the phone probably. Because I would be like, I can't be alone. Like,
I can't be alone. So
but I
good.
do need to get better at calling people. Some people are so, like, I'm so bad at just calling people.
Maybe you'll get better
people
though
are
when you
so
move.
good at that. Like, just, I wish I called like 3 people a day.
Really?
I'm not good. I just love being in person.
Hey, it's okay. Both are great.
You're really good at calling. You always call me instead of text me when you.
I'm a big caller, but I feel like this time, I actually feel like in this like season, I've been like not calling people as much. So, yeah.
This season, I just haven't been
calling people that much. No, seriously, I feel like I've been like forgetting about people, and I was like praying about that like last time I was going to say, I was like, God, I feel like I keep forgetting about people.
Maybe it's like he just wants you alone.
Yeah, maybe.
Right now.
Maybe.
Forgetting about people. What do you mean?
Like kind of just like forget like old, like friends from home or like friends from, like I don't know, like people who are not in like my world right now. I feel like I've been kind of just forgetting.
Do you feel like you're really present?
Yeah, but I think I'm also just concerned with like wedding stuff and and have other things in my head. So I've just been like, oh wait, I haven't checked up on these people.
Wedding's gonna be so great.
It's gonna be so great, Jessie. Calamigos. So what do you think? Like, what do you feel like is the advice you give to somebody who's like moving into a different season and like moving into something? And what do you think would be your advice?
Just like in a transition.
Yeah, and it's cool because we're talking about it, and it sounds like it's just we should always kind of be in transition, which is what's cool.
Yeah.
A little bit. What's your advice?
Or just always like reaching higher.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the ceiling should always be like, whoa. Yeah. There's more to explore. I feel like I keep thinking about what Scott was talking about on Sunday. It was so good.
That message was so good.
Yeah,
I think it was like the best one I've ever
heard.
Would
I need to like listen to it again.
So good. It was so good. It was so like empowering.
I feel like kind of what he was saying, like listening so closely to the Lord, because the story was like they were like, okay, well, this is what worked in the past. This is what we did in the past. This is what happened in the past. Yeah. And God was like, well, that's not how it's going to be this time. And so they had to like really be still and really listen to him. And the verse that was like, you will know the way to go because you've never been this way. A friend gave me that verse last week and I haven't stopped thinking about it. And then Scott preached on it and I was like, God's like talking to you. And then they were like, stand up seniors. Like, whatever. Oh my gosh. And then you came running over. Yeah. That was really cute. Yeah, maybe just, I think also getting really serious about what you want. Like. Wow, Jessie. Because I don't know if this was in the clip that got cut or if it's in this. Yeah. Like, it's all blurred. I feel like I'm always pretty aware of what I want. And I'm like, I don't want that. I'm not going to do that. But I'm getting, like, this That's semester, really cool. Like, recently I've been getting, like, very specific with it. Like, there's a lot of interviews I've been asked for that I just haven't taken. Yeah. And then I don't even think about it. Yeah. Twice. I'm just like, no, I don't want this job. Like, yeah. Which probably a lot of people would be like, you're stupid for that. No. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, maybe getting, like, just, like, really specific about what you want and, like, talking to God about that. Because, like, maybe they're from him. Maybe it's, like, that's what he wants. Or maybe not. I don't know. But you then, figure that out with God. Figure it out with God. Talk to God about it. Like, just ask. Like, just, like, talk to him. And, yeah, just, like, try to yield, like, really so closely. Cool. Just, like, in that story Scott was talking about. But at the same time, I have... Rocket. What? Keep going. At the same time, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening. But then that's part of it. Because remember, like, he was also saying that. He was like, all the wisest people don't say that they don't know. Remember that when he was saying that? True. He was like, Scott, that was so good.
right? He was like, you don't have to know. Like, we don't know. But, like, just being comfortable and being uncomfortable.
I'm very,
And being like, I don't know.
I don't think I want to know. It's much more interesting
so
to
much
not.
more.
It's much more fun and, like, adventurous.
That's so cool that you're talking about this being serious thing, because I feel like that's what God's been telling me a lot about.
Oh.
So that's cool. No, I feel like he's been telling me, like, I think, like, I get into this space where I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, it's all, what the freak is happening? Like, just super, like, dreary about everything that I'm doing and acting like as if none of it's enough. And I feel like God was, like, telling me this morning, which is why it was cool you brought that, like, literally that word, serious. I feel like for the past, like, 2 days has been, like, Capra, like, there's obviously things I put in front of you, like, be serious about them and don't act like they're these things that, what do they even matter?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, really actually be like, no, this matters. Like, and you put this in front of me, so I'm going to do this, like, seriously. And not serious in that, like serious. Not serious because I'll never be serious like that, right? Like,
but, like, this is so impactful.
But this is, like, I'm going to put my attention to this. And I'm going to actually care about this. And I'm not going to act like it's, like, something that isn't meaningful.
It's like, this is, like, a stepping stone just to, well, like, maybe it is. But
and same with, like, what you were saying with your dreams. It's, like, and these things that you feel like God's put in your heart, it's like actually just acting like, no, this is important. This matters. Like, this isn't just a silly idea I have in my head. Like, this matters, so I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing things that lead to that. Like, I'm acting like this is serious because it is. Because if you've told me this and if you've, like, put this in front of me, it's not serious.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really cool that you brought that up, because I literally feel like that's what God was telling me today, which is cool.
So I love when that happens. Wow. Yeah. So I'm gonna get serious.
Excited for you, Jessie. But, like, serious not in, like, that. I feel like serious isn't the right. It doesn't, like, sound right, because it sounds like.
There's definitely a better word. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but
maybe
they get the vibe. I think
it's literally maybe just have faith for it. I don't even know.
Yeah.
What do you think you're having, like? Because I think this is gonna be so cool, Jessie. Because you're graduating right now, and then we're gonna have this podcast forever. So, like, what do you feel like you're having faith for and excited for?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go back and, like, watch.
Yeah.
I have faith for whatever my, like, work will be. I don't know if it'll look like a typical 9 to 5 or, like, a typical job, or maybe it's, like, a role that's not even created yet. I'm having a lot of faith for that. I know it's gonna feel, like, very just aligned with, like, what I talked to God about and, like, what's on my heart. I have no idea what that's gonna be, especially because I'm, like, going back home for now. I don't know if that's where I'll work, but and a lot of my dreams are, like, in creative stuff, or maybe I'll be there. I don't know. I think I'm having a lot of faith for that, and that, like, like, it doesn't have to be this whole separate thing of, like, okay, I'm just, like, making money to pay the bills and to, like, have a job, because, like, you have to have a job, and then, like, like, once I get home and I'm, like, out of that, like, I can pursue my little creative things and, like, do the things that actually fill me up, but, like, my job is gonna fill, or, like, I don't even use the word job. Like, just what, like, you have to have money to live. Yeah. Like, you have to make a living. That those will be, like, intertwined so in a way. Because I'm like, wow, the people, like, people that literally write music and, like, do, like, things that are just so, like, self-expression, and then they make money from that. I'm like, that's the dream. I want everyone to have that. That's my dream for the world. I want everyone to just, whatever is, like, most themselves and, like, makes them most happy, and then that, like, brings them a living.
Being able to do that. And,
like, wouldn't that be great?
I think that's God's dream for the world.
That's definitely God's dream, and it's like, wait, that sounds so, like, that sounds so simple. Yeah. But, like, that's not.
Well, because it's super cool, because it's like, if you're really, it's probably the way, I mean, actually, this was, like, Jordan Peterson. Did you remember Jordan Peterson came to?
I think I went last year.
Did you go? But he was talking about, and I just remember this, but it was, like, the spirit of adventure. And how, what's his name, Abraham goes and steps out into unknown land, right? And then he goes and like, does things that are really hard and, like, whatever. Ends up with what he was saying, which I think is cool, is, like, the biggest prize that we could ever have, which is really just your families after you, like, being, like, a legacy, and, like, what you do carrying into, like, what's next, right?
Yeah.
Which makes sense. It's like, of course we want to do great in our lives, but it's like, for what? And it's like to keep things moving.
Yeah,
also,
like, all the
God, and, like, just, like, not it just being so isolated to yourself.
It's just it's
not just you.
But isn't it cool that, like, the things that are, it's like, that are gonna impact generations, that are, like, really glorifying God, are oftentimes things that make us feel most alive.
Yes. And so it's so cool, because it's like,
so cool.
And if somebody's, like, being their most authentic self and then going after these dreams, and like stepping out, right? Like literally Scott was saying, and like the spirit of adventure, like Abraham, like leaving to these places, then what you're gonna do is actually gonna impact generations,
Yeah.
right? And that's so cool. So
yeah,
cool.
I would love like just the legacy I leave, or like just my bloodline, like what comes.
My bloodline.
That sounds so weird to say.
No, but true.
My
Just your
bloodline.
kids,
my
like,
kids, my grandkids, like just it's like this whole like trajectory, and like they're just like living in like instant like things because of choices I make or like risk I take. That would be really cool. Yeah, I would really love to. I started writing poetry this year, and
so good, Jessie.
I've always loved writing, but I really liked writing poetry because it was like I loved like the rhyme and the flow, and it's like short and simple, and you can get just like you can just take a lot of different creative direction. And I love writing it, and I would love to like it would be so cool if like I could go walk in Barnes and Noble and like there's my poetry book there. Like that would be sick. But I also feel like it might have like more to it. Like it would be so cool if like someone like wrote a song out of like poems I write, or I don't know. Everything I think, I'm like there's a limit to like what I can see and like envision. And I'm like, oh, but God has just something like
better.
Even more just like brilliant and creative. Which is so cool. So I just need to never be comfortable again and just like face all my fears and just do it all, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Jessie. Thanks for taking your time to be here for.
Of course. This is so fun.
I'm actually so excited. I think it's gonna be such a good year.
I hope. My boss, it was my last day at work yesterday.
Really?
And she was like, let me pray for you. And we like went and sat on the bench, and it was so sweet. She like really like stopped and like it didn't just feel like a prayer. It was like, oh, like that's the nice thing to do is like you pray for people when it's like whatever. Like it was like I felt like she was really like going to God about me. I don't know. And like she just was like, it's gonna be such a good year.
Yeah.
I was like, I received that. I'll take that.
I've really liked postgrad. I think it's been like the best.
You say that, yeah.
It's literally been like obviously it feels like you're stepping out a lot more because like there's random things that you're like just like, oh, that's kind of scary. And then like there's like the high and lows in that because obviously like that's kind of scary. But in general, I feel like I've had like more genuine highs out of postgrad. Like I feel like you have really like sweet highs but it feels like you have more like deep highs.
Highs, meaningful
highs, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too.
Thanks for listening, guys. And maybe this week's a good week for you to step out in some crazy way. Comment below.
Go horseback riding.
We're gonna go horseback riding.
We're gonna go horseback riding.
Actually, we're going to go horseback riding.
Wait, Monday night.
We're going to go horseback. Let's put a video of us horseback riding.
Yeah. Can be the cover.
Bye, guys.